Our next presenter is Marylia Kelley, the Executive Director of Tri-Valley Cares, which monitors the large Livermore National Laboratory in the Bay Area of California. Marylia.
My senator, Dianne Feinstein, was first elected in 1992. She has served as chair of the Senate Energy and Water Development Appropriations Subcommittee, and she presently serves as the ranking member on energy and water, through which the nuclear weapons budget must pass every year. However, the dates and the stats don't really tell the story. Each year, Senator Feinstein has brilliantly and tenaciously supported the budgets for nuclear non-proliferation and for the cleanup of contamination in the U.S. nuclear weapons complex. She has saved desperately needed programs to secure nuclear materials and clean up radioactive pollution in each and every one of our communities. Further, Senator Feinstein truly understands both the policy issues and the humanitarian consequences of nuclear weapons. The Alliance for Nuclear Accountability awarded Senator Feinstein in 2004 and 2008, and frankly, Senator Feinstein deserves our award for her efforts to constrain the development of new nuclear weapons every year. This year, I want to highlight in particular the Senator's efforts to rein in the new long-range standoff warhead and a new cruise missile. From my heart, I did a happy dance. Imagine in my office. I did a happy dance and cheered standing in front of my computer last month when I got the word that Senator Feinstein said in a hearing about the long-range standoff warhead, quote, "The so-called improvements to this weapon seem to be designed candidly to make it more usable, to help us fight and win a limited nuclear war. I find that a shocking concept." So do we, Senator. And this is why this week, the 35 organizations of the Alliance for Nuclear Accountability have been conducting meetings with the administration and on the Hill to support efforts to constrain the development of this dangerous and destabilizing new nuclear weapon. Senator Feinstein. Destabilizing new warheads, support global non-proliferation, and provide for cleaning up the U.S. nuclear weapons complex, all before Brexit.
Thank you so much for this award. It is not deserved, but I do care. And I'd like to just say a few words about why I care. I'm probably older than most of you in this room. I was 12 years old when the United States dropped 2 bombs on Japan. And I saw the pictures. I remember the photos of victims burned head to toe, many so badly that their skin was literally sloughing off of their bodies. And it left an irredeemable impression on me. And so I grew up also in the era of the Daisy. Do you remember that? with the exploding nuclear cloud, and was part of the generation that was told to sit under our desks if there was a nuclear attack. And I think none of us at that time really recognized the damage that the Manhattan Group did in building and creating the formula for these huge, large nuclear weapons. And of course, now we know they have spawned all over the world. So I think we can never forget the consequence of nuclear weapons. And we can't fool ourselves into believing that a so-called limited nuclear war is a possibility. So you're right, I oppose the creation of a new nuclear cruise missile, the so-called long-range standoff weapon, or LRSO. I think the Defense Department is wrong when it argues that this isn't a new nuclear weapon. It is, and it carries with it powerful ramifications. The LRSO would carry an upgraded W-80 warhead capable of immense destruction. It would be fitted onto a new missile specifically designed to defeat the world's most advanced missile defense systems. I believe it's unnecessary. We have already developed and fielded a conventional cruise missile specifically designed to do the same job as the LRSO. Furthermore, the United States has a variety of nuclear ballistic missiles that can reach any target anywhere in the world. What's more, this new nuclear cruise missile is wildly expensive. The cost to develop and build it will top $30 billion. But most of all, I'm really concerned that the Defense Department may actually intend to use this particular nuclear cruise missile. In a letter sent 2 years ago, Undersecretary of Defense Frank Kendall wrote the following, quote, beyond deterrence, an LRSO armed bomber force provides the President with uniquely flexible options in an extreme crisis, end quote. This suggestion that nuclear weapons should be a flexible option is alarming. We must... It is a lowering of the threshold, and we must never do this. In fact, I believe we can continue to reduce the number of nuclear weapons while still maintaining their deterrent by terminating the LRSO and instead relying on conventional non-nuclear weapons. As was said, I'm a ranking member of the Energy and Water Appropriations Committee, the first full funding the Senate is considering on the floor right now. I'd like you to know that we have negotiated a requirement for the Defense and Energy Departments to answer key questions before this program moves forward. I tried to fence the money, but was not successful in doing this. So we're in the process of developing standalone legislation that will slow down the program and certify that this weapons, if it goes ahead, that its sole purpose is deterrence. The fact of the matter is that I think we have a lot of work ahead of us. This is an unnecessary weapon in my view. And the fact that it's being funded and developed without having all questions answered about it is really deeply disturbing. So I hope you will work with us and that we will mount a force to slow down and really carefully explore what this weapon is and what it is not. I remember some time ago when there was a proposal for 500 new plutonium pins. We went out, we met with physicists, we found there was no need for 500 new plutonium pins. Another was the creation of battlefield usable nuclear weapons, weapons under 5 kilotons. We were able, thanks to Chairman Hobson who was then in the House of Representatives, Senator Kennedy, and myself, who was just a little member of the Energy and Water Subcommittee at that time, we were able to kill that program. That it was only a question of time before they would come back with something else. This weapon is north of 100 kilotons. Now, it can dial down, but I will tell you, Hiroshima was under 20 kilotons, and we know what it did. So the creation of a standoff, new nuclear cruise missile with these kinds of kilotons, and also being able to stand off and launch it to go through defenses, is something that I think we have the conventional weapons for, and that I ask you, please help with this. We are just beginning. There is very little support. We're trying to gather material, but we really need your help. Will you help us?